My name is Tina, and I am standing in front of the Ocean County Courthouse in Toms River, New Jersey. The courthouse was established in 1850. My family's docket number is FD 15768-13. This all began when my daughter's ex was on a mission to remove all of the maternal family from the lives of the children. Even though he had no real part in them, my daughter and her children lived with me. They were happy children. They got to see their father. They were encouraged to spend time with him, to call him every night before bed. In January of 2014, the father made allegations against me, the grandmother, for sexually abusing the 3-year-old granddaughter. He called DCP&P, which is CPS. They came. They didn't feel that there was any type of molestation or sexual against my granddaughter. So the next day the father went and had an emergent hearing. In the emergent hearing, Judge Stephanie Waters did not want to hear anything from the accused. Instead, though she let me testify, she felt that I was not credible at all, and the only one who was credible was the paternal grandmother and the father. CPS became involved in a case where it was not established. I had to have a psychosexual evaluation, and I will read to you part of that evaluation. The significance in this is that Judge Stephanie Waters, once receiving the report, still never did anything to reunify the grandchildren with the maternal side of the family. So here is the section of the report that I feel is important to the case. It says, the report provided by St. Peter's University Hospital raises some troubling concerns that were not addressed in the report of the other psychological evaluation. That is, indicates that JV's father made a video in which, I'm not going to mention my granddaughter's name, is straddling paternal grandmother with clothes off. She is sitting near her face. This was reportedly a demonstration on the paternal grandmother of what the maternal grandmother allegedly does to her. In my opinion, making that video should be evaluated as a potential sexual assault on the child. If, in fact, she had her clothes off as part of making of the video, it is baffling that the father of a child would make such a video, and raises significant concerns regarding whether or not was coercion or staging of an allegation by a 3-year-old child. It is also noteworthy that her father was present in an interview and reminded her to do so. In general, 3-year-old children do not provide many details in reporting past events of their level of cognitive development. Now, when Judge Waters received this, she did not read the report. She did not take into consideration the history of this family and how the father has hated me and my children and all of the maternal family. We had provided text messages where he called me a pig. We provided text messages where he said he effing hated the entire family. We provided text messages where he told my daughter he would make her a ghost. All that being said, I am baffled that these allegations were against me and my daughter lost custody of her children. Today marks 4,240 days of alienation. This was caused by Judge Stephanie Waters. She created the potential of parental alienation. Once Judge Waters retired, she was never called back to the bench, but I will give you a little history of her. Her husband is a large contributor to their political party. She was assigned as a prosecutor, and when they released her, she locked herself in her office. From there, she went into criminal court. She was so bad that they removed her from criminal court and put her in family court. In family court, she was alone in a building that only had her courtroom. There may have been another on the second floor. She had everybody in there herded like cattle. You couldn't move around. We were so crunched in there. She only allowed the plaintiff, the defendant, and the attorneys in the courtroom. But she is not to blame alone. I will list the perpetrators of parental alienation. First and foremost is Judge Stephanie Waters. Then from there is the head of the family courts. They knew what she was doing and they allowed it. There were two incompetent, biased guardian ad litem. First was Madeline Russell, and then was Diana L. Anderson. There was also a state-appointed psychologist that was sought out by the father. His name was Dr. George McDermott. In his progress notes, he never noted that he was at the father's house. He never noted that he had a therapy day with any of the children. But he went into court under an order to show cause and testified to an alleged event. There was no documentation from his end as to this event. When he was questioned by my daughter's attorney, he did not have any progress notes to prove this event. First, he said he was at the plaintiff's house to do therapy with the children before visiting their mother. Then, when that was disputed and believed to be a lie, he then said he was at the house waiting for the children to come home. Of course, this was reported to the medical examiners, and of course, they did not find that he lied and that he did anything against his Hippocratic oath. So I will leave now and I will show you what I have listed for the family court. I'm sorry this took so long, but it's very hard to get so much information in. And just one more thing. In the end, after winning appeals, trials, failed reunification because the father would sabotage it, there was finally a last court trial. That was by Judge Brian White. At the end, he noted that there was parental alienation, basically said goodbye, and when your daughter, who was not aged out at this time, is ready to see you, then she will. Goodbye and good luck from from Judge Brian White. $4,240 days since I last saw my grandchildren.